John Eats Cheap doing something from my childhood that I loved. Steak shish kebabs on the grill and the special way that my mom and dad marinated them. And actually, I don't make this very often, and I'm really looking forward to it. We got the skewers. Start off with just some sirloin steak, canned potatoes, green pepper, red onion, some button mushrooms, and the marinade is a stick of butter and about half a jar of zesty Italian dressing. So we're going to get started. Going to cut this stuff up and melt the butter for the marinade. There's our stick of melted butter. I got some zesty Italian dressing. Going to pour that in. And this is just from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use half of the jar. A little bit more. And we can also use what's left as a marinade to brush while we're grilling. So we got our onions and peppers cut up, and now I need to cut up the sirloin. So now we got everything ready. Get a Ziploc, go in with the steak. Not going to season it because it's going to have all that dressing on it. Onions, and I kind of peeled those up. We love lots of grilled onions.
So good.
Especially marinated. In with the peppers. So we're going to get some vegetables. We like vegetables when they're like grilled and stuff.
Oh, summertime. That's when I love vegetables in the summer, and they're fresh. And...
Go with the mushrooms.
I would say I probably enjoy raw vegetables more than like really cooked vegetables.
Yes, I would agree. And because that's the way we did it, canned potatoes. Whole, of course. All right, those are in there. Let's get our butter and dressing mixture. And that's just going to go. Oh, I want to make sure I get all that goodness. I'm going to get a spatula. And pour that in. Just like that. And this will go into the fridge for 24 hours. And yes, that butter will kind of solidify it up. You got to, about every 4 or 5 hours, pull it out and just kind of, massage it, move it around a little bit. Now I want to get as much air out of there as I can. So the marinade will go up as high in the bag as it can. But I don't want to smash those potatoes either. So now let that flow around, coat everything. Like I said, this will just go in the fridge like this, and we just kind of, every few hours, every time you go and open the fridge, just flip it over a little bit. Let that marinate. So our shish kebab has marinated for almost exactly 24 hours. I pulled it out about an hour ago, just let it get a little less cold, so hopefully it'll be more fluid because that butter kind of hardens up. So we just dump it all into the bowl, including all that marinade.
It already smells good.
Just like that. I can't wait to fire up the grill. All right, here's how Mrs. Cheap and I like to do it. Most people, a skewer, you put a piece of steak, an onion, a pepper, a mushroom, a potato, repeat all the way to the end. Sometimes the steak takes longer to cook than the vegetables, or the potatoes longer, or the mushrooms longer. So I like to do just a skewer of the veggies, like the peppers. So I'll just kind of alternate onions and peppers. Sometimes I'll double up on the onions because I kind of like it when there's 2 of them there. So I'll just do a skewer of onions and peppers, a skewer of potatoes, a skewer of mushrooms, and a skewer of meat, and a skewer of potatoes. Yeah, I like doubling up the onions because I don't like them to get really, kind of crispy. So I'm doing 2 of each here. Just like that. And the other reason I like it this way, because, you know, some people don't like when Cheap Junior's over, oh, he doesn't care for onions and mushrooms. So, you know, you don't have to try and keep it straight. You know, what does so-and-so like? How many of these do I have to do? They just all get done and you put it in a big bowl. It's like I'm out of peppers. Nope, there's pepper. Peppers and onions, locked and loaded. We'll get everything skewered up here. So there are the kebabs. And look at all that marinade that we will just brush on. And I'm telling you, between the Italian salad dressing and the butter, when that stuff hits the hot coals or, you know, the hot part of the grill and it flares up a little, the neighborhood is going to be jealous. And it adds such great flavor to all of this stuff. Got to wash up and then we got to hit the grill. Mid-grill, just did the flip and we're looking pretty good. And I wish you could smell it.
I can, and it's wonderful.
So there we go, the finished product. Let's get them into individual bowls here. Come on. These potatoes slide pretty easily, so that's a problem when you're trying to flip them too. Because they're already cooked, you know, they're canned potatoes and you don't want them to break or anything. Taters. Mushrooms. And I did have more mushrooms than one skewer, so I had to throw a couple on the end of the meat. Veggies. I mean, this is all the food groups. You know, you got the protein, the meat, you got the veggies. If you count the potatoes as a fruit and the mushrooms as a dairy, we got it all covered. These are so good. And I guess I had too many bowls. Let me get my 2 extra mushrooms off of there. And beef. Steak. It smells fantastic.
Oh yes, I'm ready.
I'm just going to try. Well, you know what? That's so tough. I suppose I need to try a little bit of each. Let me try just a small mushroom here. I mean, they're sponges. They soak up that marinade. I don't need to try a tater. One piece of meat. You keep brushing it over that flame. Adds so much flavor to it. Shish kebab. The way my mama and daddy made it with John Eats Cheap. Leave a comment. Do you like shish kebab? Do you like it marinated in something else? We did Italian seasoning or Italian dressing and butter. Maybe there's a really good one that I need to try. Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching John Eats Cheap.